hello there. We're gonna get right to work. I'm gonna give about 30 minutes worth of work today, and we should be good to go. I believe we're about halfway done with this outline. I might have to actually add a couple more sections, but we're making good progress. So this is section 6. All right. I normally do about between 10 to 20, so we'll see. I don't want to make it that long, but maybe I will extend it. We'll see. Let's just get going with this, so we should be good to go. Okay. All right. So let's just go over this one more time, and we'll see what we're going to add. All right. So we're going to ignore section 0 because it's, again, talking about the brain. Like, I've talked about the brain enough. People know what the amygdala is. So section 1 is the physical betrayal, the architecture being the antagonist, which is true. Sound, shadows, and anticipation. I might have to add a little bit more here, but we'll get to that later. Distorted perceptions, just more so for Fatal Frame 4. Hallucinations in unreliable areas. FNAF in Fatal Frame 4, definitely. Isolation is all of them. Section 5 is fine. Emotional tension is fine too. So, again, I might have to add a little bit more to sound, though. Interesting. So we finished off with emotional tension. What do I want to add more to this? How about we talk about environmental storytelling? Yeah. Damn, that would have been great for Fatal Frame 2, though. Fatal Frame 2 is more it's more of an atmospheric game than Fatal Frame 4. Okay. Alright, we'll make section 7 and I quote emotional storytelling for now. I might have to reword that later. Not worried about that. Environmental storytelling. Okay, so what do we want to do here? All right. Objects. 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 Objects architecture. Objects architecture. Details. Objects, architecture, and environmental details. Suggested danger, which is, yeah, this applies to all 3 games, definitely. Especially like, yeah, it definitely applies to all 3 games. The ambience tells the story in Resident Evil 2. FNAF as well. Definitely Fatal Frame 4. So objects, architecture, and environment suggest... Wait a minute. Objects, architecture, and environment details suggest... Wait a minute. No. Past events. because you can get the story just by looking at the, we'll just say the carnage after an event. Like, oh shit, there's blood on the ground. Someone just got killed. Like that. Or how the RPD, for example, is not the main hall, but as you progress through the RPD, you see events of battles, windows boarded up, all that stuff. Or the Mental Institute in Fatal Frame 4 being in a dilapidated state. So environmental details suggest past events, dangers, dangers, and trauma without direct explanation. Objects, architecture, and environmental details suggest past events, dangers, and trauma without direct explanation. This allows players to interpret events, and scenarios. A good one is Outlast. Definitely Outlast 1. Like, holy shit. There's noise outside my door. Okay. Outlast 1 is a prime example. Mount Massive, where as soon as you step out of the car, it looks like a normal asylum. And I quote, as soon as you get inside, oh my god. Shit. Outlast was a trip. So, the environment in a way becomes the storyteller. It's the storyteller. The environment in a way becomes the storyteller. Actively shaping tension, emotion. It's like, I know it's not technically horror, play any FromSoft game. Holy crap. Like, specifically, like, Dark Souls 1 through 3, like, oh my god. Like, the environment tells the story. Or in Elden Ring, you see Marika's treachery. Well, that's a train wreck for another day. I don't do Elden Ring lore, but I play it. I play FromSoft games. Still, the environment's a good example of that. You don't need to know what happened. No one needs to tell you. You can just see what happened. That's good. I don't even think we need to add it anymore. We say that for the narrative. So we've talked about environmental storytelling. Now, what do we want to do now? So objects, architecture, and environmental details suggest past events, dangers, and trauma without direct explanation. This allows players to interpret events and come up with scenarios about what transpired. The environment, in a way, becomes the storyteller, actively shaping tension and emotion. Hold on. Let me go up here again so you see something. So section 7 is environmental storytelling. Section 6 is emotional tension. Section 5 is isolation. Section 4 is hallucination and unreliable spaces. Section 3 is distorted perceptions. Section 2 is sound shadows anticipation. Section 1 is physical betrayal. The architecture as the antagonist. So let's do this again. Example 1, the RPD should have been seen as a safe haven during the outbreak. That's a little reference right there, by the way. But was one of the key areas that fell before Leon and Claire arrived. Example 2, Fatal Frame 4, setting is in a mental institute. This one is going to be tricky, more so because of the implications. The people sent there were expecting to get help, but were used in experiments, specifically the lunar mask experiments. We can do slight parallels with how mental institutions treated people back in the day. FNAF 1, pizzeria / security office. It should have been seen as a safe haven to the untrained eye. The secrets later revealed prove otherwise. Through the experiences of the security guard and by extension the player revealed more than was let on. Through each night, the player must survive the onslaught of the animatronics and uncover the truth. We can briefly touch upon the spirits of Afton's victims inhabiting the animatronics. The animatronics come to life and killing people, obviously. Afton's machinations throughout every single game, and unfortunately, we're not delving into crazy theory land. That's MatPat's thing. So we're gonna be focusing more on the betrayal aspect of it. So, since we talked about all those, what about we do time? This is all going to apply to Betray Spaces. It's just a different like subsections, but it'll all come together once we actually get the narrative. And I do these outlines just as brainstorming ideas. If I write it down, it probably might be in the final narrative. But if I need to get rid of sections, I'll get rid of sections. This is just primarily for brainstorming purposes. Like for example, like my last horror video that I did that I dropped a couple days ago. I went through like 5 different revisions, and that's still kind of annoying that I actually had to do that. The one I'm doing with Saber right now, for Face Day Night, I had to rewrite it at least once. So just because I'm writing it down, it's not 100% certain it's going to be in the final narrative. This is primarily just for brainstorming ideas, and some of them do stick, and some of them are just like, yeah, we're just gonna axe this idea. So let's talk about time. All right. I've been streaming for like 13 minutes. All right, let's do like another 15 minutes, and I'll have to start wrapping things up. Time and anticipatory fear. Yeah. I knew it. Fortunately, I do not have alcohol tonight. I'm so tempted to go buy alcohol right now. I am not an alcoholic, but this flask is currently empty right now. I'm sad. I will probably end up going to buy some. The fuck? And as usual, if anybody ever has a request, just let me know. I love doing these. So at the end of the day, this YouTube channel is for funsies. Putting that degree to work, but I have a lot of time. Well, when I'm not getting ready for deployment, I got plenty of time just to do random lore stuff. Can't really do the anime figure stuff anymore because I'm obviously in my barracks, but at least I still have lore. But yeah, if anybody has any requests take top priority all the time. And I put it before my regular projects that I'm doing. So I technically have 2 requests right now, but if anybody has anything, just let me know. 9 times out of 10, I probably will know that it's something. So, time and anticipatory fear. This is kind of more so scarcity and urgency. Yes, urgency. Not so much Fatal Frame 4, but this is kind of a FNAF thing. Yeah, this is definitely a FNAF thing. Like, sure, Resident Evil 2 does have scarce items, but that's only like in the beginning. Like, by the time you're done with your journey in Resident Evil 2, you're so stacked with like ammo, it's kind of ridiculous. You're stacked with everything. Like, you have plenty of ammo, plenty of resources, you're fine, you're chilling. But Fatal Frame 4, not so much. But definitely FNAF. So, scarcity and urgency. So, limited resources. Limited resources. FNAF's case with power. Oh yeah, definitely power. Oh boy, definitely power. Limited resources, power. Or time. Or time. Reaction. Reaction. Okay. So scarcity and urgency. Limited resources, power, or time heighten every reaction. So my next horror one definitely is gonna be about isolation, and I'll have security breach there. Fear before the event. Another FNAF one. Well, no, it's more so for all of them, but definitely when I think of this, I think of FNAF. Well, shit, here comes Foxy running down the hallway. Well, pack it up. Or Freddy Jangle. But more so Foxy's, yeah. Me and Foxy have a very intimate relationship. Fear for the event. Anticipation. The anticipation of the events. Keep on messing around with my shoulder because I lifted too heavy when I was at the gym like last week. So right where my collarbone is kind of like sore. So it'll get better. So yeah. Anticipation. Fear. Okay, we can actually talk about that. Our minds. Our minds act for. Our minds react before our bodies do. I totally butchered this, but that's fine because I rarely use preemptive. It was missing one E. Okay, that's fine. And that's good. So, Section 8, time and anticipatory fear. Scarcity and urgency, limited resources, power, or time heighten every action. Fear before the event, the anticipation of the event when the threat hasn't arrived yet. For example, Foxy doing what Foxy does. Ah, damn, I wasn't looking. Well, here comes Foxy. Here's the scream. Well, back it up, boys. Back it up. Our minds react before our bodies do, creating preemptive dread. Like, I play a lot of Fatal Frame. I like Fatal Frame. Like, for example, Fatal Frame 5, when I'm doing the botched castle defense sequence, when I'm looking through the cameras and I see Hachisaku-sama just looking directly in my face through the other side of the lens, I'm like, damn, she is about to come jump scare the crap out of me. It's just dreadful. Obviously, scarcity and urgency, limited resources, power, or time heighten their reaction. Resident Evil 1 Remake is a prime example of that when in the Aqua Ring, when the sharks are when the blast doors fail and the sharks hit the window and water starts seeping in, and you have to do the oil puzzle in order to get the blast door shutters to shut down, or else bad stuff is gonna happen and the water is gonna come in the damn place. We talked about environmental storytelling today. Objects, architecture, and environmental details suggest past events, dangers, and trauma without direct explanation. This allows players to interpret events and come up with scenarios about what transpired. The environment, in a way, becomes the storyteller, actively shaping tension and emotion. Okay, so this is good. We did a lot. We did a good amount today. We finished 2 sections. We'll do some more tomorrow. I'm not an alcoholic, but I'm going to get some alcohol. So again, if people have any suggestions or recommendations for another horror video, just let me know. 9 times out of 10, I'll probably know what it is. Okay, I'll see people tomorrow for some more of this. Take care, and we'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.